No offers to touch.
This has been Mo Talk with Andrew and Tim, the new podcast debuting next week on the Reflex Safe feed.
Nothing but mo's.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Well, if we're done with the Mo Talk, we might as well get into this week's episode instead.
Yeah, right.
Of Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Stinches.
So, I don't know what to say to that. So last week, you guys were part of a séance in the White Lady Inn. You had taken some time to acquire some potentially, I want to say, spiritually impacting items and bring them back to the White Lady Inn before midnight. And when you did, much to probably everyone's surprise, that the séance that the little halfling bard Ronaldo called forth actually worked. And there was the spirit of the White Lady who appeared before all of you and let you all ask questions. At the end of that, though, the White Lady disappeared and Ronaldo collapsed. And you guys are now in essentially his hotel room with a bunch of semi-panicked patrons of the White Lady Inn. And I'm going to say, knocking at the door pretty loudly, you can hear someone. Hey, open up! What's going on in there?
Somebody grab that. I'm going to attend to Ronaldo and pretend that I'm attempting to revive him.
I'll get it.
So as she's going over, I'll run over to Ronaldo and do a quick assessment.
Sure thing. Do a medicine check.
I went to med school.
He yells as he checks Ronaldo.
I'm a doctor.
Nobody's sick.
I
know, just,
How's he looking, Horacio?
He's got ghosts in his blood.
He does. He has to have ghosts in his blood.
He does.
They were exercised.
Okay, how is he looking, me? 14.
14. Does anyone else do it? So Sveta's also going for the door. Is anyone doing anything else?
Eating cheese.
Eating cheese. Oh, there is. Yeah, there's some cheese about.
Oh, the charcuterie.
Charcuterie board, yeah.
I'm taking advantage. Seance is over. I'm eating the leftovers.
What about Carnelian?
No.
No. Just sitting there watching the whole thing.
Dice will fall where they may.
Okay. So, Horatio, you're doing a quick examine of Ronaldo, and it looks like, to the best of your ability, he looks like he's fainted, maybe?
Okay, so he's breathing.
He's breathing.
Okay.
He doesn't look like he's taken any physical injuries or anything like that. But it's typical of people who have fainted, maybe lightheadedness, whatever's caused him to pass out.
Okay. I'll, just leave
Classic
him.
faint.
I might move him over to just prop him sort of against a wall or a chair, just to sort of get him into a recovery position.
Sure.
Actually, no. You know what? I think a recovery position is actually they put them on their side. So yeah. Well, that's for CPR, isn't it? But yeah, I mean,
you don't want them to stop breathing.
If he's breathing, I'm look, I'll just prop him up a bit, just he's just fainted, and I'm just trying to help him.
Yeah, you think that it may not take too long for him to come around. Sveta, so you head to the door and open it up?
Yeah.
On the other side of the door, immediately as you open up, you see the very large frame of Bardaban, the proprietor of the White Lady Inn. And his face is red and all sweaty. It's what's going on in here?
It's not even a warm night. Why are you sweaty?
I've just come running up the stairs. I heard crazy shit coming from Ronaldo's room. Where is he? Where is that little damned halfling?
He had the ghost in his body, and now he's... What is he, Horatio? Is he okay?
He's fine. He's just passed out. He's breathing.
Ghosts?
Yes.
Again with the ghosts.
Well, it was a real ghost. It was a lady, and she was beautiful.
And he just sort of rolls his eyes oh, I'm sure it was real.
Everyone in here can attest to it.
Come in.
And as you're saying that, the rest of the other people that were in the room, just seeing the open door, start making for it and trying to squeeze.
Oh wait, we need witnesses.
Look at them run in fear. There's been a ghost here.
And he's don't worry, I'll compensate you for some of your rooms. He's just desperately trying to control the situation. And he turns around and looks at you. So the four of you are the last ones remaining in the room, and there's Ronaldo in the end with Horatio, and he sort of takes a look. And he just shakes his head. Ugh. Damned halfling's gonna drive away all my customers.
Bardaban, have you been out running?
I told you, getting up these stairs were hard, man.
Oh, well, you should have been here about 5 minutes ago. There was a proper ghost. Why did I say it like that?
It's
proper ghost.
It's midnight. I was sleeping when I heard the sounds. I woke up all of a sudden. I came up as quick as I could, but clearly whatever this ghosts is are all over. Jeez, you people.
Wait, why don't you believe in ghosts?
Well, listen, we live in a world where ghosts happen, but not here.
Why are you called the White Lady Inn?
It's the folklore.
Are you named after a ghost?
Yeah, of like folklore and tradition. We're not... There's no ghosts in the White Lady Inn.
What if I told you there was, and we saw her this very night?
Well, I don't know what to say to that. I'm in disbelief.
Hey, look, if I told you that I stabbed a zombified ogre, like, hard enough to kill it, would you believe me?
Oh, of course. Zombified ogres, I see them all the time. Zombies are just a common occurrence here.
You fight Zogres on the regular?
On the reg! Do you see these muscles?
No, there's none. You couldn't even make it up a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
Listen, my cardio is not great, but my core strength is pretty good.
Well, look, the ghost is gone, and we won't make any more noises.
Well,
Maybe.
He looks over at Ronaldo and is like, well, it looks like Ronaldo's done for the evening at least. I'll have to have a talk to him in the morning. Well, in any case, I guess I'm going back to bed.
How did you know to come up here? Was there a commotion? Did you
Yeah.
hear? Oh.
Someone was yelling and screaming.
Oh.
There were noises and knocks, and there was, like, it was strange wind. I don't know. Something was happening. I thought someone was doing some stupid shit with magic again.
Nope.
No, just a ghost.
Just a ghost.
Never heard of it.
See, now you can't prove that it wasn't a couple of wizards with prestidigitation, gust of wind, and several other cantrips. We live in a very confusing world.
But how
Really
do you
not that confusing.
how do you explain the possession?
What possession?
It possessed Ronaldo.
We have like a proper expert here, you know.
Yes.
Cleric of Callan, God of the Dead.
Man of science.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take your word for it, I guess. Listen, I'm really tired. Please make sure he doesn't get into any more trouble.
Look,
Maybe you should go back to bed.
I'm going back to bed.
look, we successfully exorcised the ghost.
Well, fantastic. The ghost I didn't know I had is now gone.
No, what I mean is Ronaldo will no longer be trying any seances anytime soon.
That is the best news you've given me all evening.
Do we get an extra discount?
You've already paid.
Oh.
all sales are final.
How about an exorcism rebate? Do you have like a
Listen, if you can get the rebate form from the nearest local church and submit form 287B, then you can get a rebate in the mail within 2 to 5 weeks. 2 to 10 days.
Do I look like the god of bureaucrats?
Well, I don't know. What's Kalemva all judgy and shit? Surely he's got someone to do his paperwork.
He just does it because he's good.
Well, that's concerning.
He knows. He knows stuff we will never know, even about ourselves. Have you considered the church?
Do you have a flyer?
I'll pull out a flyer.
Well, look, I don't... You know, I know about Kalemvor, but he's just not the right fit for me. I heard there's a new church actually started up in town within the last week or so. Apparently getting very popular.
Is that so? I mean, I'm very curious to try it out. Who do they worship?
Some new deity. I don't know who it is, but the old hospital. They seem to have taken over it, and there's a new cleric there. You might be able to find them inside and ask for more. I know they're treating patients there or something like that.
Did you say at the hospital?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, absolutely. As a man of the cloth and a man of the salve, I can appreciate a holy healer. Very much so.
Well, he just gives you some directions in town. It's on the south side of town.
Thanks, Bartholomew.
Bartleban.
Bartleban. Ban.
Ban.
Bonnie.
Barney the dinosaur.
Thanks.
Oh my god!
What?
What?
I just remembered you shouldn't eat cheese before bed. It gives you bad dreams.
Oh,
Oh, your dreams are especially bad.
no. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
I
done
mean,
for.
To be fair,
Watch that chest cavity. It's going in.
Quick, induce vomiting. Put your fingers in your mouth.
I'm gonna have to stay up all night. I don't want my chest crushed again. Especially after all this cheese.
Oh my god.
What if we put like an iron plate on your chest? And
I will
nothing
be
can
sleeping in my
penetrate?
armor tonight for sure. Might give me indigestion.
What are you, scale mail? I'm pretty sure that imposes some sort of disadvantage.
I'm pretty sure sleeping in your armor is.
Put Carnelian on your chest so he gets hit first.
What if they just
Sorry,
push
Carnelian.
Carnelian?
I'd like to say about that.
Push everything down, including Carnelian. He just gets pushed into the
Why
cavity.
if you're not worried about it, just sleep under the bed.
Under the sheets.
Not a bad idea.
Alright, well, you guys are very strange. I'm going to bed. Is there anything I can do for you, I guess?
No.
While I'm up.
Not yet.
Maybe we'll have a quick chat tomorrow before we head out.
Yeah, sure.
Get some coffee.
Get some coffee. And yeah, apologies, Bartholomew. I actually forgot.
Bartaban.
Because there were so many versions. Bartleman.
Bartaban is
Apologies,
the correct
Bartleman.
Bartleban. Big bad beetle box.
Apologies, big bad Beetlebird Bottom. But yeah, your inn will be much quieter from now on.
I don't want it to be quiet. I want customers.
At midnight.
People. At midnight.
You might get a bunch of enthusiasts coming looking for ghosts.
Ooh, tourists.
Ronaldo will give him the bad
Word
news.
will get out for sure.
And he just sort of like cocks his head and looks to the side. He's like, Anyway, can't think about it now. I'm going to bed. And he just turns around and starts walking down this sort of like, so this is sort of like just above the common room that you saw. It's like a long, not a hallway, but almost like a veranda. What do we call it? Deck?
A deck.
A
Porch?
landing.
A landing?
Landing.
Yeah, a landing. That goes into each of the rooms, and then eventually goes down to stairs, and he heads downstairs and obviously to where his residence is.
How's Ronaldo looking?
You turn around and Ronaldo's just going, oh,
Ronaldo,
oh.
is it you or is it
And
lady?
he's like, he's touching his face, and he's just like, oh, I feel like I've just woken up from the biggest hangover.
Do you know what just happened?
Well, I'm sure someone should have warned you first about imbibing spirits.
You just really wanted to get that joke in, didn't you? Oh, okay.
That was a softball.
That was a softball. Horatio. Oh my god. It happened. I felt the White Lady's power, and he starts getting excited. He stands up and he goes, oh no, too fast.
Easy.
And he just like, drops down
Oh
again.
my!
Oh,
Did you get some Powerade in you?
I think
Needs some electrolytes.
So yeah,
it's what plants crave.
Ronaldo, what do you remember?
I remember the White Lady. She appeared before all of us, right? You saw her, and I felt her. Like she came to me. I could feel all these memories and disjointed things talking. And did she talk using my mouth?
Pretty sure she did.
she did. She
She had
possessed
full
you.
power over your mouth.
And your other bodily functions.
That's amazing. I've never felt anything like it. It's like all the best performances I've ever had put together in one. I've never felt so alive. Huh? Okay. Well, I really have to thank you. This has been just an experience like no other.
Do you happen to remember anything about a lake that you might have said?
She was saying something about a lake. And he, like, as he's thinking about it, he sort of holds his hand to his head. He's like, it's a painful memory for her, I think.
Anything about treasure?
I don't remember so much.
Good. Keep it that way.
I don't remember so much.
Oh, dang it. We forgot to ask her about that. Dang it.
Maybe next seance.
She seemed to have a lot of pain wrapped up in her, and I don't know. I'm really glad that you guys got to ask some questions, though. It just seeing and experiencing her, that was... Well, I think I need a nap.
I think we all need a nap.
Yes.
Oh, I need to clean up a bit in here. I really, and he looks at all of you. I thank you, Horatio especially. The religious symbology, the extra incense, and all of you for reaching out. Well, and bringing her here. I'm certain I couldn't have done any of it without you. You must be great heroes indeed.
That's true. That's very true.
Oh,
We've done a thing or two.
We're magnificent heroes.
It was good for the info. We got some good intel.
I'll sing you the song sometimes.
oh really?
Yeah, I'm working on
remember it?
something.
Oh,
No, my song.
oh,
About us. We're heroes, remember?
yeah. I thought you'd want a bard to do that, though. I mean, I could do that if you wanted to. I could.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'll tell it to you, and then you can sing it for the people here.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess I'll have to just maybe work on it a bit when I get it. It's always good to see some amateurs doing their handed music.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, look, I don't mean to be rude, but I think I need to go to sleep for a bit.
Yes.
Oh, I've got so much to think about, though. Hopefully I catch you sometime in the morning. I do want to talk to you further, but right now my head's just swimming.
Let's talk in the morning.
Over a continental breakfast.
Yes. A complimentary continental breakfast, Ronaldo, I presume?
Yes, I did say that, didn't I?
Yes.
I'll talk to Bartleman in the morning.
Pretty sure complimentary breakfast around these parts just involves a lot of knuckleheaded trout.
I mean, I
Continental knuckleheaded trout.
Yeah.
As opposed
continental knucklehead.
as opposed to oceanic knuckleheaded trout.
Yes, this one has legs.
Atlantic trout. Where is the Atlantic? I don't know. Okay, and he. So, is there anything else? Like anything else? Otherwise, he'll usher you out of the room.
Oh, yeah, we're in his room.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night. Sleep well. You deserve a rest after this as well. And he closes the door.
Good night.
Well, yes. Good night. We'll see you. Hang on, how many rooms do we have? 2?
You've got 2 rooms.
Okay.
One of which is sort of like set up with like 2 single beds. Another one's with a bed and has a cot. But otherwise the rooms are very much the same.
Okay.
They're just down the hall from Ronaldo.
All right, well,
Shall we?
1, 2, 3, break.
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 Hey, Svieta,
Yes.
would you like to bunk with me tonight?
Sure.
I want to, well, I guess it's a bit late, but I wanted to talk to you about your guard a little bit.
Oh, of course. I'm still awake. I had some cheese as well. I'm scared to go to sleep.
Oh, you know what? I had some too, so.
I think I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, maybe
Oh,
I'll
no.
go in Wodun's.
No, it's not like that at all.
Come on, Carnelian, you can sleep in the cot.
Okay. So if that's the case, your rooms are just down. Your rooms are next to each other, but they're just down the hall. The way I envision it is like there's this long porch. The very end is where Ronaldo's room, like actually at the very end, and then it sort of curves around, and there's a line of rooms that look out then to the outside, like on their window side, and then on the opposite side of that's where you look down and you can see the common room.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Right. Very well. Good night, Carnelian. Good night, Wodun.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, fellas.
Hey, Carnelian, just keep half an eye on Wodun, will you? He had a pretty rough dream the other night. It almost cost him his life.
I noticed.
So,
And half a kilo of brie.
yeah. Yeah, he said, yep. Maybe the brie will give him some padding and for the impact in the midsection.
I'm pretty sure you just called Wodun fat.
No, it's the brie.
It's all the brie.
More bloated.
It's all the brie.
Have some water.
And so you guys turn in for the night.
Hey, Svieta, you still awake?
Yes. Hello.
Don't go to sleep yet. You've eaten a whole lot of cheese.
No, I'm scared. I don't want to get nightmares.
Hey, listen, I was wanting to talk to you. We haven't really discussed our differences since the incident.
Yeah.
But I wanted to admit that I'm still not comfortable with what I've seen. But I also wanted to let you know that I am trying to to process it, and I'm trying to understand why you're doing it, rather than jumping to conclusions. So I just wanted... there was something, actually, that you did a couple of days ago back in town that we started in.
Good meat?
In Goodmead. Thank you, Svieta. It's been a night. So much incense.
A lot of swan.
Not supposed to snort the incense.
I didn't say that on the label.
No, we snort the dead wizard.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
Now that's a Saturday, I tell you. Yes, back in Goodmead, I couldn't help but notice you returned to the house with... I have to say, I know blood when I see it, and you had blood all around your mouth. I wanted to talk to you about that.
If it does make you feel any better, it was wolf blood. It wasn't a human or anything.
Oh, I didn't expect you to run around eating humans, and you're not a vampire, are you? You're not a vampire, are you?
I don't think so.
I'll just look at her.
No, I can promise you.
You're pretty cat-like. Yeah, you're good.
Roll a religion check. No.
They're just cat fangs, don't worry.
Okay.
I don't quite understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Something feels right when I put the body in a tree. But something's been feeling off lately.
Okay.
I tried in the mornings, to my thanks to... Who?
I read it in one of those books at the library.
Sylvanus.
Apparently, followers of Sylvanus like returning bodies to the earth.
Yeah.
I read pretty hard back there. I didn't roll too great, so I read a bunch of other shit.
You did do a lot of reading. I had my eyes set on something else, mostly about the sacrifices that Oriel did. What people do for Oriel.
Oh, yes, yes.
And just making sure what I was doing was not for her.
Oh, I had not considered that. That's a very, very good idea. Very good thinking.
But
What were your conclusions? Did you find anything on Oriel and her sacrifices?
can I roll for that?
Yeah, you sure can.
Thinking back. Religion 14.
Religion. So what was you were asking specifically for?
If the type of sacrifice I was doing wasn't one that Oriel would accept.
With a 14, it's hard to know. Oriel is what would be considered in the rest of Faerun as a sort of a more minor god. And their motivations are not as clear-cut and well known as like some of the larger ones. But from some of the stuff that you know about Oriel, sacrifices are not necessarily unusual for her, but the way in which you offer those sacrifices doesn't seem to be consistent with what she would expect.
Yeah. It did something that I felt and something that I read in one of those books felt better than how I felt about Sylvanus.
You feel like you read about something else that resonated with you more?
Yeah, I think his name is Melar or Malar. I don't know, I've never heard anyone pronounce it.
How did they spell it in the book?
Malar.
Malar. What do I know about Malar?
You have to do a religion check.
With pleasure, my lord. It was like bang, 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 like 4 rolls back. 18. Plus things. 22.
Ooh. 22. Malar is another more minor god like Oriel. Wow, you rolled really well, actually.
I know things about gods and selves. Just don't ask me to end something's life.
Damn, I was gonna ask.
That was just shit rolling.
You better not be looking to replace me on the desecrators.
No, never. I never would.
You know from what you've read, and this has actually only come up recently in the library that you went to in East Haven. It hasn't come from research that you've done previous to this. But Malar is a god that is often associated with nature and often associated with the hunt. You know that it is a god often called to a ritual called the Wild Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that because this is a fairly minor deity, though, even though you rolled really well, you don't know a lot about him because it's sort of almost regional. What you do know, though, just from some of the research you've done, is there is a connection there to a real, but you don't know what it is.
Okay.
And I think, no, I won't say any more.
Okay. I actually read quite a bit about Malar. I think I said that, but I just said it again. Because I rolled really shit at the library, so I spent ages reading about this guy.
More obsessed with him than Callan.
Sadly, yes. I went in swinging for Kellamvor and ended up hitting a Malar.
You got to Callan.
I got it. I thank and praise Kellamvor, mind you, that I got there at all. Yes, Malar. So I'm aware of his rituals. Did you realize that he actually has some kind of connection with Oriel?
There is one of the sacrifices, in a way. But I'm worried about something that might also be a connection. Is the alignment with Malar is not something I want to go to, but maybe one day I might tread down the path that will make me a true believer of him.
So you feel at peace, or at least his way resonates with you, but you're afraid of becoming too far down that path.
Yes.
That's quite the internal struggle.
I feel better when I have blood in my mouth, and it's easy to see Wodun decapitate someone.
It's easy?
Yes, it almost feels good to see. And I won't stop him if that's what his god wants. I almost want to encourage it.
Well, look, I came to the 10 Towns really not knowing what I was getting into, you know. I was looking for a way I originally came here looking for a way to prevent unnecessary death. That's why I came. So everything else on top of that is, for me, it's a learning experience. So I'm not here to judge you.
No. And I wouldn't do anything in front of you. I don't want you to do that spell again. Or anything worse if it got worse than that. But it's not something I was thinking about. But it's been something that I've been wanting since my parents were killed. And it feels good to be powerful.
I agree. I too have discovered newfound powers that I never thought that I would ever have. And I definitely know how you feel.
I still want to do healing like you. But I don't know how long that feeling will last for if I keep going down this path. But we'll see. I'll let you know.
Maybe if you start healing, maybe you'll find another calling.
Maybe.
You do have healing spells, right? I'm just kidding.
No.
Oh, she's gone. Long gone.
No, I got mending, but that's for broken chairs and stuff.
Heal everything that is not you.
I can't work with this woman.
Broken chair legs, not people legs.
But yeah. I will for you. I will sleep tonight, and I will bring forth the healing magic again.
Oh, I see. Yes. So, yeah, you have knowledge of healing magics. Yes. Okay, that's what I was getting at. That's great.
Yes. I almost felt bad I couldn't do anything for you on the ferry when you were very morbidly hurt.
Well, that's fine.
How are you feeling right now?
Let me just consult myself. Middling. Could use a good night's sleep.
I'll try not to interrupt your long rest.
That would be preferable, because I might have to roll a few dice otherwise.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad we've had this conversation, Svieta. I think learning more about you and we're going through similar things, I think, in some ways. We're getting access to newfound powers that we never knew that we could get.
Yes.
So I'm glad that we can learn about these things together.
It certainly is different from what I'm used to, but I'm still very glad to have met yourselves, and you especially, and hopefully we can do this mission that the Wodun set us out to do.
What was that mission again?
I think it was to end the winter.
Oh, yes, that little thing.
It's a
right.
tall task.
Yes, that's right. That's Wodun's task, yes.
But I don't know what to do after that.
Well, let's save the 10 towns, then we can worry about what we do after.
Yes, of course. I feel the cheese is digested. I might get some rest.
Yes.
Thank you for talking to me.
Yes, and you, me. Good night, Svieta.
Good night.
How about, is there anything for Carnelian and Wodun?
You guys don't talk a lot.
Yeah. Well, we do sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
They kiss.
Oh.
Kiss.
I need to step low.
Just a jump and
Please, I'd take a knee.
The anatomy of the two different lip types make it a bit difficult, but... Yep, you're thinking about it now.
No.
I wish you didn't say that, because you're right.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Well, I know someone will never kiss and tell, so the secret is safe regardless of whether or not we do it.
No, I don't think I have anything. Yeah.
Okay. So, all of you get a good night's sleep. You can mark long rest on your character sheets.
Yay!
Long rest.
Boy.
Time
I
to
think I need
shake
to.
up spells.
Just change them up.
Get some of that good old healing back.
Consensual healing.
So, the first rays of perpetual dawn start streaming in your windows early in the morning. Svieta, you're a natural early riser, even compared to everyone else here. And you're lying in bed, and you can feel that moment. You know, when you're starting to wake up, you can sort of feel that the moments of consciousness starting to come to you. You realize, though, that when you start to wake up, you're lying on your back, which might not necessarily be a natural position for you, and you try and move your arm, but it won't move.
Horacio, get off.
Whoa! What happened?
You make to speak, and no words come out. You can't move your mouth even. Like, you can't even generate sounds. It's like you're paralyzed. But your eyes start to flutter open, and you have this very, very bare sense of the stuff around you. The low light coming in is only just giving you a little bit. You've got dark vision, yeah? You've got just a bit of vision coming in from the low light around. And as your eyes open just that little bit, at the very end of the bed, like where you can see where your legs are just out stiff as a board, you see a figure, all in white, and it seems like it's only just floating barely in the air.
I can't talk, can I?
You can try to if you want.
But can I though?
No. You try to move your mouth to say something, anything, and nothing comes out. Maybe a little bit of sound that emanates from just like your throat, like when you're like... even Thomas the Tank Engine's not coming out at the moment.
And Horatio's like, trains here already.
Shit, I'm late.
The figure starts, and it's already like... it feels like it's floating at the end of the bed, and it's dressed all in white. And then as you sort of wake up, it seems to notice that you wake up, and it starts to pass through the bed towards you. Jesus. And you feel like this rush of cold air that starts from your feet and moves up through your legs, and the figure's getting closer and closer.
I'll try and shake myself out of bed, away from her. I don't want to end up as a passed out sack of meat like the other guy was.
So you start to try and move anything, any extremity, and you think you feel a little bit of wiggling, just in maybe your toes or your fingers. But the figure starts getting closer and closer until you feel that coldness up to your chest. And it's like the figure is standing through the bed and leaning down over on top of you. And you can see now there's this kind of veil that's falling across the face, and you can see like the dark outline of the face inside, but you don't see any features. And as you're trying to move, a hand comes up and just...
Stop my screams. Oops. Muted screams.
The figure nods a little bit, and you feel like it sort of bends in a way that almost feels like it's sitting on the bed next to you. And you see that it reaches down with a hand and starts, like, with its hand, starts stroking the side of your face.
No, don't like that.
Very gently, but you still can't move. And you see it sort of cock its head to the side, and it's just stroking your face slowly, and you feel like almost this cold fingers running across your cheek.
I'm uncomfortable. Why? I can't do anything.
You can't, no. After a little while, you haven't moved for a bit, but if you try again, you start feeling like you can flex your hand again, and some of the movement's starting to come back. And you see the figure at this moment then, looks at you up and down, stands, and then just starts to melt into the floor.
Like through me, or just like through the...
Like it's now standing next to your bed, and then just starts melting. You just see this veil come down from up high and gets down to your face level and then disappear below the bed.
From my hand that can move, I'll make like a sign, and it won't be perceptible to anyone, especially if Horatio is asleep anyway, but I will cast Mage Hand and like tap Horatio's face to get him awake because I can't talk.
Sounds
Just like
sounds already.
just like tug a little bit at your beard hair. And just,
You got 10 pounds to force to play with. You can really slap him if you want.
no, I just that's rude.
10 pounds to the beard. What a tug.
I just tug like a little bit harder.
Still asleep.
I'm
just saying all that shit in my sleep.
Yeah.
The tug.
I'll bring the hand over to his eye and like try and open it a little bit.
I'm awake. I'm just fucking with you. What happened? Can you move? What are you doing?
It's just like move his head.
Yes.
Can I talk?
All of it, and like you now, when you try to talk, you can. The voice is starting to come out. Like you can start forming words.
Oh, why couldn't you do this when I was sick? I would have had that husky voice going. The ghost visited me.
Wait,
I'm stuck.
Are you paralyzed?
A little bit.
I'll come over and see if I can help her.
Okay. What you know, I'll let you do this without a medicine roll. It looks like all the hallmarks of sleep paralysis. So there's nothing really to do except try and help her start moving her extremities, and then eventually she'll be able to move her leg and her arm, and she'll regain, as she comes out of it, she'll regain full motion.
If it's sleep paralysis, could I sort of shock her into being fully awake?
I don't think that's how it works, because it's...
Maybe in old medicine it might have.
Yeah. I'm going to slap you until you wake up.
Do you know shocking grasp?
Shocking grasp.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That's how I wake up in the morning.
Eventually, Svieta, you are able to get to move.
Voice back to normal.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I use my medical knowledge, knowing that looks like you're suffering sleep paralysis, and I'll treat you accordingly with like what you said. Try to get her moving bit by bit.
So the first thing to do is to just sort of get it to slowly sit up and make sure everything's sort of working the way it is. And Svieta, as you sit up in bed, you look down to where the lady first appeared, and you can see something on the very edge of the bed, like just where your feet is. And it looks like some folded cloth.
I'll do like a big outstretch to get every muscle going. And like reach down to pick up the cloth.
Yeah.
Can I do some sort of check on it?
Sure.
Does it look like linen?
No. So you pull it up. You won't need to do a check for this, I don't think. You pull it up and it looks to be very neatly folded. And as you unfold it, what you realize you're seeing is a veil.
Ooh.
It's a white, semi-see-through cloth that looks very familiar.
Put it on my head.
But it feels physical. Like you can touch it. Like it's not incorporeal.
Does it feel like silken or anything?
It feels very fine, yeah.
Okay.
It feels like very high quality.
What do you think of this?
That veil, isn't that the veil that the white lady was wearing?
Well, yeah, she bent over me and stroked my face and
What?
said,
She visited you?
just in the morning. I don't know why, but
I thought
now
she
this.
was gone. Well, obviously not.
Maybe she still haunts this house.
How do you feel? Are you in pain? Did she hurt you?
I was a bit uncomfortable, but no, she was very tender. She just sat there.
And left you this?
Yes. I like it. It's very pretty, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it.
Do you think we should tell Ronaldo, or do you think he'll want to take it?
You'll probably want to take it.
Maybe we just keep it in the group for now.
Absolutely. I guess I'll put it with the wizard vial that I have.
Ah, yes, you can wrap
I
up your
hope-
wizard bits in it.
I hope you don't mind I took a bit of someone's body. That's okay, right?
Wait, you mean the wizard finger?
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I knew what you took.
Do you want his tooth?
I don't mind a bit of wizard finger.
Roll up the wizard dust inside like a cigarette of like white lady veil.
And other old-timey names for STDs.
Well,
A little bit of the wizard dust, a bit of the wizard finger.
I'll just put this away for now. Maybe I'll look at it when we're on somewhere that's not here.
Yes. Yes, let's go and have breakfast. And
Continental.
yes, continental knucklehead. Look forward to seeing what they do with it.
Yes, hopefully the guys are awake and we can see them down there.
Okay, so you just guys decide to leave your room.
Yeah.
Around the same time, if you guys want, you can also, unless there's something you want to do, you can basically be at the same time. All of you step out on the landing. You make your way downstairs. As you are walking down the stairs, what you see in the front door of the White Lady Inn is Ronaldo, and it looks like he's talking to Bardaban. Taking a look at Ronaldo, you can see that he looks like he's wearing very heavy winter gear and snowshoes, and he has his lute slung over his back. Additionally, he's wearing an extremely big bag, like almost double his size. Like, think about The Lord of the Rings, where Sam Gamgee has like a backpack that is just way too big and has stuff strapped to the side of it and trinkets and gear, saucepans, other like small musical instruments, all strapped to it. And you see him there, and he looks like he's like very quickly talking to Bardaban. And when he sees you, he turns around and he goes, "There you are! Oh, I'm really glad that I got you before I left."
Ronaldo, where are you going?
Oh, well, I've had quite a night. I've had quite a night of reflection, quite a night of soul searching, and I have decided something pretty big. I've decided that I can't just stay here in East Haven. My passion for the paranormal, as it were, just got reignited last night, and I don't know. I feel like I've got to go. I've got to go and hunt down these experiences, seek out these experiences. I don't know how to tell you, but it feels like I'm wasting my time here, just being a bard in an inn. I'm sure it's safe, and I'm sure I can earn a coin from it, but what I really love is out there, somewhere in the 10 towns. So I've decided. Today, I'm leaving. I'm going to go find the next caravan out of town and chase down some different leads, different rumors, folklore I've heard. There's plenty around 10 towns, and I'm going to go.
Do you have any in mind where you might go first?
Oh, I've got a few leads, actually. I've heard that if you're in Goodmead on a half-moon night, going down to the Shrine of the Flaming Sword, apparently, if you look out over the river, you can see the ghosts from a long battle long ago with Duggan's Hole, and they apparently march across the river as if it was frozen. Well, it is frozen now, but, it would be a very strange thing to see when we were in the summer,
Yes, indeed.
I've heard a rumor in Caer Konig, the ruined Caer that's there, there's rumors of invisible poltergeists that scare people off. Out in the sea of moving ice, there's a shipwreck. And they say those that board get stalked by denizens of the deep and souls of the damned. Can you believe it? I've heard if you go find the confluence of the Red Run River and the Shanagain River, you can find an ancient site of standing stones said to hold power over ice and earth. I'm gushing. There's more things, but I don't know where I'm going to go first.
What was that last one?
Gushing winds.
You can find a set of standing stones somewhere. It's on either the Red Run or the Shanagain River or the confluence of the two. I don't know exactly, but I've heard there is an ancient stone site that holds power. Like the power of the earth flows through it.
That's fascinating, Ronaldo. Could I have a list of all of those in writing, please?
No, don't worry.
That's fantastic, Ronaldo. You do you. Get out there and live your life.
I really have to thank all of you. I mean, I don't think any of this would have happened without you. And look, I'm doing something that I think feels right. I'm going out ghost hunting, as it were. So I'm forming my own club, if you like. And I know you guys are very, very well-traveled adventurers. I mean, with the things that you're doing is far beyond what I'm looking to do. I can't ask you to come with me. I don't think I can come with you. I don't think I'd be able to keep up. But I do consider you all, if you'll have it, as honorary members of the club.
We're up-and-comers. That's what we are.
Well,
We're kicking goals already in the ghost world.
It's true, and we'd be honoured to be a part of your group.
I'm so excited. And and he starts patting down his sort of heavy winter pockets, and he pulls out a scrap of paper. Here, I'll get something more formal to you a little bit later, but here's my card. And he hands you a scrap of papers, and I must show you this. I'm very excited.
Here's a business card.
If you will refer to Roll20, you'll be able to see this one pop up, so let me know when you're there.
I'm there.
I'm there.
Everyone there?
I'm almost arriving. I'll just look at Zimma's.
And so he hands you a card that looks very, very rough, like he did it last night.
Amazing.
God, Ronaldo.
The
The T.A.D.P.O.L.E.S.
For anyone listening, this is definitely going to go on the socials because you need to see it.
It is a scrap
the
of
best.
paper. Can someone describe what it is, actually?
So it is a torn bit of parchment with the letters T.A.D.P.O.L.E.S. No dot at the end of S. The Dale Paranormal Occult Leyline and Extraplanar Society with a little doodle of a ghost.
Oh, that's a ghost. It's like it's a seashell.
It's a ghost tadpole.
Spooky and adorable.
And it has, it's signed as Bard Ronaldo.
Now, I think you missed
That
a
was
word. It's the
something.
Alldale Paranormal.
Oh, the Alldale.
The Alldale. I have to say special thanks to our resident artist, Jen, who I conscripted into doing this artwork for me. It's fantastic.
Kicking goals again.
I was very excited to show you this. So he hands this over to you, and he's made you all honorary tadpoles.
Happy to be a tadpole, Ronaldo. How do we get in contact with you if we find anything spooky?
And he's beaming, but he's like, oh, I hadn't even thought of that. Bardaban, can you hold messages for me? And he's like, I suppose. Sure, whatever. I address them to the White Lady Inn. I don't know when I'll be back. Maybe I can send word where to forward them on, but I expect to be on the road a lot. I don't think I'll be stopping anywhere for a long period of time.
Well, maybe we'll run into you.
Maybe. Oh, that would be fantastic. I could always use your help, but I feel like maybe our paths sort of diverge here for a bit. You know?
Seems that way. Well, we wish you all the best.
Oh, here. I got something for you last night. Carnelian will hand him a written down version of the song he's been composing.
Oh, fantastic!
Here, sing this one in good mood and Care Konig. You might get some extra attention.
Oh, I haven't heard of this song before. And he starts going because you've got musical notes.
Yeah, it's got bars and everything.
You've got musical notation. Oh, that's fan. You must be trained a little bit. Oh, that's it's great to see. And he just starts to like going humming and he goes, I see. Well, this will give me some reading on the road. I must be going though. I think a caravan is leaving town soon, heading out towards Goodmead. I don't know if that's my first stop, but I mean, it's heading that way.
Definitely good luck with everything.
Thank you, Svieta. I could barely sleep last night, you know. And he's, starts humming the little tune as he's like looking at the sheet, and he turns around and he walks down the road.
There goes my hero.
Watch him as he goes.
What do you think of that, Bart? Your source of entertainment and your source of misery gone in one go.
It's bittersweet, for sure. I was getting sick and tired of all the talk of the séance, but he was a good bard and drew a bit of a crowd. I'll miss the little bastard, that's for sure. Anyway, before you go anywhere, Ronaldo paid for your breakfast this morning, so...
Yes.
If you wish for some continental knucklehead trout, which I'm sure you've all heard is the breakfast of the day, we'll be with you shortly.
Breakfast of the year.
Breakfast, the ever breakfast.
Perpetual breakfast.
Perpetual breakfast.
Perpetual menu.
So, if you guys are all sitting down around the table, one of the things I'd like to know is, what do you guys intend to do? You still have some loose ends out here in East Haven.
Yeah. Funnily enough, I think the person I'm looking for might actually be in the hospital. We need to find out, but he... Let me put the notes.
Yeah, I think we should definitely check the hospital.
Yeah.
Sounded interesting.
A cleric there? Bodies there? Oh, it was that institutionalized guy.
Yeah.
Whatever his face
Aaron
was.
Salk.
Aaron Salk.
But yeah, he was rendered mute. But specifically, I was told that he did not have a physical affliction, which makes me think that he did at least go to the hospital. So
On his own accord.
he's in East Haven, so I probably will be able to ask around the hospital to locate him.
For sure. Good place to start.
Good to go there. Wodun, did you get any nightmares?
Yeah, I had the weirdest dreams. I kept waking up. I kept thinking of work,
Work?
Yeah, I kept getting stressed about work, waking up.
What do we consider work here?
What is your job?
You were channeling someone else's sleep deprivation.
Yeah, me.
Thinking about printers.
It's getting very real, Andy, in our fantasy game.
I'm sorry I asked. Jesus.
The printer just won't get an IP address. The DHCP server.
Well, I'm good to go after breakfast.
After breakfast.
Yes. Good to go.
Wodun, I don't want to hear about your night. Sorry.
Was there anything else that we were supposed to be doing here? I have a terrible memory.
Yes, I wanted to find Aaron Salk.
Yes. Don't look at me like that, God.
There is another thing that you wanted to finish up here too.
Oh, you have a book to return to the library.
Oh, yes.
Not for nothing, you also asked the librarian to get some information for you guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yes.
was trying to direct him over there.
Yes, of course. How could I forget?
Very easily, apparently.
Thanks.
It's only been X weeks. Numbers weeks.
Thanks, Carnelian. I can always count on your support.
Maybe the hospital first and then library?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
It's only been, about less than 24 hours. And I don't know how good she is, but that's not much time.
We'll give her a bit more time.
Yes.
What about you, Wodun?
What
Yes.
say you, man?
Yep. Sorry, going over my notes, seeing if we had any more missions.
You're going over some scrolls there, Wodun.
Yes.
No, Wodun. You've been to a library once in your life, and you're a nerd
I'm
now.
addicted.
I know, I
I'm just
love it.
addicted. Can't get enough of that knowledge.
It's great, isn't
But
it?
yes, we do have to return our library books. I don't want to get overdue fees. God,
Where would they even
course.
send overdue fees to?
I'm lawful good.
I could never sleep at night. The guilt could
Chaotic.
consume me.
Chaotic neutral.
They'll just send things after you out in the wilderness. using like divination magic to find out where you are.
They'll just
Periodically.
The library assassins.
So don't mess with the librarians, man. They will come for you. They know all the knowledge, all of it.
It's just a bunch of chewingers in a coat.
To the no.
To the hospital.
Hospital.
Okay.
Everyone's so excited about the hospital.
Bodies.
Yeah, we need to go find out if it's like a cult or something.
Yeah, it sounds like one for you, Horacio.
Sounds like a business
Find out
rival.
what's going on there. Sounds like a little bit culty, if you ask me.
Well, to
Setting
me,
up shop in an abandoned hospital.
To me,
Who
it
they
sounds
think
like.
they are.
I didn't say it was abandoned.
To me, it sounds like someone's stepping on my
Setting
niche.
up a shrine to dark gods in an abandoned asylum.
You don't even know what god it is.
That's not what I said.
I don't know why I assumed it was abandoned.
Xanathar's there hanging out like,
He's the cleric.
oh shit. I hope not.
All right. So after a hearty breakfast of trout and hard bread and something. Name third
Leftover
thing.
cheese.
Leftover cheese. Trout, leftover cheese, and hard bread.
Soft cheese or hard cheese?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, you're right.
His constitution, it matters.
It's Eden cheese. It's semi-soft.
You
We shared a room
guys,
last night. I can confirm it does matter.
you guys walk out of the White Lady Inn and start heading. You're facing at the moment the docks, and you know you're going to have to take a right, walk along the docks until you hit a main road, and then start heading south through the town, and eventually you'll get to a large building that is the hospital.
What's the name of the
Yay.
hospital?
It is the East. It is the East Haven General.
I love that show.
You guys start heading through the center of town, and about midway through, heading towards the south, you start hearing some people calling out into the morning air. Town criers. And they say the following. Hear ye, for all concerned in East Haven, several murders have been reported to the watch on the East Haven docks. The victims have yet to be identified, and the killers are still at large. These bodies were brutally murdered and set alight near the East Haven ferry. Anyone who could call themselves a witness or with any further information should immediately seek out a watch house and inform the duty officer within. East Haven Watch is calling the killer or killers the East Haven Desecrator, and all should be on the lookout for suspicious persons. It is suspected that the killer or killers might be in league with the Red Wizard, and that citizens may be targeted in revenge for his lawful execution. Stay alert, stay safe. This message was authorized by the Watch Captain Nimmer Abraham. So you guys hear that on the way to the hospital.
Oh, I wonder who could have done that.
East Haven,
Pulling the old collar.
East Haven Desecrators. It's got a nice ring to it. Isn't that the local baseball team?
So you can
I had a better name for it.
Sorry.
That's fine.
you can do whatever you want. This is just what they said.
We are the East Haven Desecrators. We get to name ourselves.
With the East Haven Cremators.
I like it.
So we didn't fully cremate the bodies.
They don't.
They
I
didn't
don't
need
want
to
to
know.
put us at large, so I don't say anything.
Well, all you have to do is go to the nearest watch house and let them know.
Yeah, I'm a witness. These three did it, and I was also present.
Not only did I watch it, I took part in it.
I was warm.
So you head south and eventually just towards the southern edge of town where the houses start to thin out and you can see another sort of semi-road that leads out into rolling, what would be rolling fields. A large structure that sits alone with a gated fence, and you can see East Haven General. Find out next week what happens
Oh no!
to our party.
In the next episode of East Haven General.
East Haven's Anatomy. No, that doesn't
The
work.
next episode of the East Haven Desecrators.
On the next East Haven Desecrator.
Let me fashion you a nest.
I got some sticks for you.
Bud? It's just like, who do you think I am?
Oh, you're the best.
Play a violin for a living. What are you